Hello, and welcome to Coolest Chats. And today's special guest is Emily.
Hi.
So Emily, it's great to see you back.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Pleasure. And you introduce yourself, please.
Of course. So I'm Emily. I'm a final year journalism student, and for the past around, I think, 6 months, I've been working with Chris on a documentary, which is a student project for me. And the documentary focuses on Chris, on this podcast, on Aspire, but it also deals with employment and employment inclusion for people with learning disabilities.
Did you enjoy making the documentary? Did you enjoy making the documentary?
Yes, I did. It was a new experience for me because I'd never put together something long form before. So it definitely, it had its challenges. But I really need to thank you, Chris, and everyone who's been involved in making this documentary, because you've just been so warm and open with me and made me feel so welcome, which has just been a great experience. And I really hope you enjoyed it too.
I loved it. So why did you choose learning disability as a part of your work?
Right, so it wasn't a focus initially, because it started out when I just stumbled across a post on Twitter by Aspire about your documentary and introducing your documentary. And so I watched the first episode and I loved your energy and I loved the podcast and the idea of it. And that's when I got in touch with you. And it really started rolling from there. So then I started doing research, looking into the numbers, the statistics, and that led me to employment figures. But once I'd seen them, I felt that it was really important to use them. So to highlight you and podcast and Inspire, but then put it in a sort of broader context.
So Emily, what was the expectations going into the documentary?
Well, because as I said, it wasn't my initial focus. I suppose I didn't really have any expectations. Or maybe I did, just based on the fact that I think I left that out of my introduction, so I'm not from the UK, I'm from Estonia. And when I compare those two, then employment inclusion, but also inclusion in general, is in a much better place in the UK. And so coming from that background, I guess I just saw it as much better than what I had seen before, and so I didn't really know how to look, or even to look into it. And so I guess I thought they were a bit sort of better than the reality actually showed to be.
As working with me, with the other coming up here.
Yes, definitely. I mean, from the moment we started the interview, because you were so open, and also I guess you're used to doing this, talking about all these aspects of life with a learning disability. It really made me relax, and because we were able to have this open and honest discussion, I think it was just a really great interview, because I learned a lot, and I hope that through this documentary other people will as well, thanks to you and your insights.
I totally agree with Emily. I mean, I love to work with Emily non-stop. The questions can go in non-stop, and yes, I am open. And you are going to get some. I am going to get some other questions, and you're going to get some other questions and answers back. And it's just been a breath of fresh air working with Emily. So your documentary tells us, or talks about the challenges for people with learning disabilities achieving the same goal as others. On this note, as you encountered many or any people with learning disabilities in your filmmaking students and career?
That's a really good question. And I think the answer is sadly quite simple. No, I haven't. Apart from this documentary really because people with learning disabilities aren't really represented in the news or in the media more broadly as either contributors or producers. Because I think there are some sort of exceptions, and it's great that these individuals are there, but I don't think that's the broader picture. And even if I think about my studies as a journalist, we did have sort of diversity training, but that didn't really involve people with learning disabilities or disability more generally. And I think that's something that's really missing because it prepares aspiring journalists for their career, and so if it doesn't come from there and if the industry is as it is right now, then I guess it's hard for that change to happen. So yeah, I think this really ought to change.
I completely agree. I do think it's a shame that people don't have opportunities. Is there anything you wish people knew about working in a film with people with learning disabilities?
I think just that, by pushing people with learning disabilities to the sidelines, the industry really misses out on some, amazingly talented people, and including them is only, is beneficial for everyone. So just, notice these people, their stories, and approach them because everyone should be represented. And I don't know if it could be sort of a fear because obviously, as I said, I didn't know how to sort of best approach the interview at first, or whether it's just the fact that people, I don't know, don't think about it because they don't see it in the media, so it's sort of like this circle. But yes, just include everyone because everyone should be there.
What impact would you like your documentary to have?
I just hope that it makes people think about it, and that it brings, both this underlying problem but also these achievements to people's attention. Even if it is, a few people, because it is still, a student film and it isn't a Netflix documentary, but I think if it even changes a few people's perspectives, then it's a step in the right direction.
How does it feel now the documentary finished?
Well, it feels great. I'm definitely really grateful, for this entire experience, for you, Chris, for everyone who's been a part of it, and I'm really proud of it because I'm happy with the way it turned out, and we've been working on this for 6 months or so. So it's been a lot of work, but I think it's all been worth it. So I'm glad. I'm also a bit relieved that now it's all put together and done. But yeah, I'm really glad.
Work with Emily for me, it's been a bit extra access, and it's just been every time I have interview with whoever, and I interview with, I have two camera people. I have this camera and Emily going anyway she wants to be, and it's been great. I wish we could promote this new young lady. I really wish we could promote her. What is next for you and your career?
Well, I've got quite a few changes coming up now. So I'll be moving back to Estonia in 3 days.
Right.
So that's a big change. And then I will be, in a few weeks, I'll be starting as a journalist in our local paper. So it's exciting and a bit scary all at the same time. And obviously it's sad to be leaving Leeds because it's been my home for the past 3 years. But then, we'll just take it from there and we'll see where life takes me.
Will you be coming back to the UK?
Well, definitely to visit, but for now, probably not, long term.
Right.
Yeah, because, my family is in Estonia, and I do like the UK, but I always feel like, you know, my home is back there.
Even though, what is your thoughts on the Eurovision Song Contest?
I liked it. It was quite interesting this year. There were a lot of really, you know, sort of different entries that there normally are, and I think it was really cool. And I really enjoyed it. What did you think?
I agree. It was a clear win. I also thought, well, Estonia should have won, or someone else should have won. So yeah, I thought it was really, really cool. And that comes to the end of this chat. Thank you very much. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. It comes to the end of this chat. It's been a great interview. Emily, I got to interview you next during this chat.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Awesome.